Hi, I'm Alexis, CEO of WeTransact, and I'm going to take you through the WeTransact app. We are an innovation platform, and we work with universities which have entrepreneurial programs and innovation centers to help innovators take their idea to ROI. When you first log into the Progressive Web app, this is an app that is white labeled, so all of our universities can have their own branded experience and be the hero for their entrepreneurs. The universities, after you log in as a student, participating in any of these entrepreneurial programs or innovation center activities, events, workshops, whatever it may be, they will land here on the Kanban board. The Kanban board is a mobile first Kanban board, which we're very excited to show here today. You can click to move any task that has been assigned to you to working or done. You can also, of course, move it backwards if it was a recent activity. And the interactive layer here is the layer that pops up on a mobile device so that you can use a Kanban board. So you can also see in our mobile interaction layer that pops up that you can click help, and help will give the instructions. So it's not only interactive layer for doing something on the Kanban board or interacting with that element in the app, but it also acts as the help. This will provide additional context so the user can always be able to understand what the functionality of this part of the app does. Click off. We're going to, now that you've been assigned tasks, things that are needed to be done, this is the way that the university can guide each participant through the experience. And these are more about experiences, learning experiences that can really help the entrepreneurs build their entrepreneurial muscles by doing, as opposed to sitting passively in other learning environments. We go to the diligence tab. This is where the diligence for each of the students will be performed. And when they answer these questions, that's really going to help guide them through the experience. So based on their answers, based on what they've completed, based on what they're working on, then different tasks can be assigned to them so that it is progressive disclosure. We now have an experience for the entrepreneur that when you do something, then you can move to the next step. This is really important in terms of curating an experience specific to each entrepreneur, since every journey is so unique and every startup and idea is so unique. You need a system that could really adapt, and we created this environment so that it does adapt in real time to what it is that they are working on and what it is that the university wants to help them with. Once they have answered their questions, then there is the resource tab. Now this resource tab had videos. The videos can play right here within the app. Also can have articles, links, but what's unique about this tab is that everything here is curated by the university for that individual, that entrepreneur, based on what they're working on. So instead of having too much information, analysis paralysis, as an entrepreneur, they are learning to complete tasks, work on these things, answer their questions, keep their due diligence up to date, keep their progress updated, and then have resources that help them get those things done. So everything is tied together, and these three tabs of tasks, questions, and resources can be created by the university. So these experiences now can really provide the university a way to give a personalized experience for each entrepreneur, but still provide the resources and materials that they have in the system available to them. Go to the timeline. This is what's really, really exciting in terms of seeing things in real time. So, activity levels, so each entrepreneur can see what's happening. This is important for the ability for them to search based on activities. They can now search based on responses. Let's go here. We can see different activity dates. So, this is okay, what was happening here? This is very busy. Now I can see exactly what was happening at that moment in time. I can see the engagements, what was going on. I can also go into events. So if there were live videos happened, all of the resources here are going to provide transcripts from those meetings. They're going to provide videos that you can watch back from those experiences. So this is a personalized timeline for each entrepreneur that only shows what it is that they're working on, what groups they may be collaborating with and working on in real time. So now they're seeing a feed of information. They can learn from these data insights that can help them developing their ideas and collaborating with one another. As we go through as an administrator, as somebody from the university who is creating these experiences, we're going to show you our packet tab. These are all the different packets. Packets are the combination of questions, tasks, resources, and even discussion starters that they can assign to each entrepreneur or participant on their journey. So you distill everything down into our system based on those interactions and activities that entrepreneurs do every day. So we're going to go in here and I'm going to search for the pitch packet to give you an idea of what this looks like. When you create a packet as an administrator, you're able to see people who are engaging with that packet. So it can be a group. This can be a circle for a workshop that are working together. It could be a circle like for a cohort of entrepreneurs that are working together. It could be to an individual. So these packets can be assigned to various groups based on what it is that they are working on at that moment in time. As you go through, you will see the answers to the question, the details of this packet, or going through this experience that the administrator has created for them. So I will open up here so you can see the questions, the answers, the response, diagrams, videos that they've uploaded. This is the area that now the administrator can see who's engaging with the materials, who's actively using it, where are they potentially getting stuck. All of these data insights, of course, are not only helpful in collaboration and guiding them through the experience, but also identifying if they need help, additional assistance, or where they may be getting stuck. It's very easy to create a packet. We've made it really fun. The tasks can be created here. They look just like as they will appear when they land on the Kanban board page. They also can create questions. This has a lot of different functionality in the questions. They can upload images, they can have options, and also create those resources. So if I wanted to create a new resource, I can then here design a resource, add an image, a video, anything that would help them complete those tasks, answer those questions. So these are relevant resources that are going to help the participant in that moment in time on their journey. We have this amazing area. I'm going to go ahead and show you as a student who has completed a perfect pitch, what I can see on my end. I can see that I've answered all my questions. So I'm going to go to my perfect pitch packet. I can see my own questions. If I want to go here and undo a question or update, I have full control in my data vault of my information, my answers, and what I'm working on. So this allows myself and the university who's guiding me through the experience or the mentors that are going to be helping me along the way to see what I'm seeing, to see everything in real time updated. Now, Pitches are the exciting example of the outward facing side of the interface. So this is, of course, where the entrepreneur is engaging with the university. They are learning, they're developing, they're collaborating, experimenting their ideas. And then at the end, they have an outward presentation. So perfect pitch is a great example of when the idea will need to now be pitched outward. Live stack, where this perfect pitch will be turned into an auto-generated presentation that can be shared outward with the community in a public-facing side of the platform. Once a packet has been created by an administrator, and our example here is the perfect pitch packet, then these materials can auto-generate a deck or outward facing what we call live stack. This is an example of what now can be shared outward. It can be shared either between the entrepreneurs working, it can be shared with the community, whoever you want to share the answers to these questions in the form of a presentation. So here are different entrepreneurs that have gone through and completed the live stack. When you click on a live stack, this is going to encourage anyone who is interacting with this material to click on the stack. The stack will have a very consistent presentation, making it more equitable for all of these presentations to be compared side by side. As a university, it's really important to have equitable access and presentation so that they can level the playing field for entrepreneurs to be compared side by side. It also allows them a better way to engage with the materials. One of the important elements as an entrepreneur in connecting with the outside world may be to showcase what their product or service does. It may be to raise funding or awareness for their product. So this is important that the presentation is more than just a PDF. It needs to be an interactive document. Now they can actually meet live. So we can turn this stack into a live event. What is so exciting here is that now, no matter where you are in the world, we don't worry about screen share. We're able to ensure that the deck is right there ready on the page. If this were an event and the university needed to switch between the different decks, they can do so without having to do the whole "can you hear me now" thing every time they bring on a new founder. It also, again, is creating, you can see, side by side presentation, allowing all of the presentations to be consistent and easy to follow. This is really important, and it still gives the interactive abilities that the deck has when it is shared. So they can still connect directly with anyone who attended this live event, whether it was an investor or someone from the community. And what's really exciting is we're here for the entrepreneurs. One thing that is important is the entrepreneur to control their narrative and tell their story. But we allow this ability for anyone in the audience to not interrupt, but to be able to record a question live. I, as a presenter, can go back and play any question live here so that at the end of my presentation,
David and Alexis, it's the WeTransact slides and not mine.
And be able to address that question or concern or answer it right there during the live event if time permits. If not, I have that recording on my live feed and I'm able to go back, answer, interact with that later. I also will have a transcript of the entire event presentation. I will now know, when did they ask that question? What slide were we on? What were we talking about? All of this information is very valuable to the entrepreneur to learn more, to learn faster, to adapt and pivot, to maximize their success. So as a university, this tool gives further data insights and more information for the entrepreneur to succeed, making it easier for them to move to the next step and to create a more frictionless way to engage with the interface.